name is John Larsen. My wife Laura and I live 10 miles south of Beersford, South Dakota. And we farm around 2,000 acres of mainly corn and soybeans and a little bit of alfalfa. And we also have a 65 head cow-calf operation. And we have two girls. Our oldest is Jane, she's 7, and our youngest is Rebecca, she's 4. So my great-great-grandfather homesteaded here on this farm in 1878. And then my great-grandfather built this house in 1921. And my grandpa raised my dad and his siblings here, and then I moved in 2008, and that's when I started farming full-time. My dad and I farmed 50-50 until last year, and Dad retired last year, and now I farm everything 100% me, and we have one full-time employee, Jack Walters. This is actually my favorite time of year just because the big push of harvest is over, and you just see what everything yielded and see what worked, what techniques worked, and can plan for next year. The most rewarding part of farming for me has been being able to watch my girls growing up on the farm. I think you learn a lot of life lessons on the farm, and watching them grow up the same way I did has been rewarding for sure. One of the reasons we decided to go with FCS is just having a good relationship with the grain buyer, and farming is stressful enough, so a good grain buyer should help minimize that stress a little bit. Farming definitely can get a little hectic sometimes, and it's during these times that FCS has helped me out the most. Sometimes just calling to check in can help keep me focused on marketing my grain. My advice to beginning farmers would be you should have a pretty good idea what your break-even figures are. You should be able to meet with your agronomist and set up a break-even calculator, and then you can use those figures as a guide to help market your grain. Maybe your goal shouldn't be focused on one really good sale, but a good average of all your sales. I try to absorb as much information as possible when it comes to grain marketing. Going to marketing meetings that FCS puts on is always good. Otherwise, looking at global weather news and reading what market advisors have to say. I feel grain marketing is one of the most important steps in your farming operation. You might do a great job raising a crop, but you need to be able to get the most you can for it. Yeah. When it comes to marketing my grain, I like to take a more conservative approach. I usually only forward contract 20 to 30% of what I think I'm going to be able to raise. The rest of my grain I market over time with a goal of trying to get my sale average to a more profitable level. The markets definitely seem more volatile than they have been in the past, and I think it's a good idea to be signed up for some sort of market advisory service. I don't always listen to the one that I'm signed up with, but I think they keep me informed enough to stay in the loop.